Yeah, no. You see what I mean, no?
It's kind of gelatinous down there.
If you're a texture person, it's definitely not for you. Maybe the seeds.
They're pretty big. Come join us as we show you the 9 different ways that we are going to be making use out of these beautiful sunflowers.
Try to utilize every part of the sunflower. We have a lot, and I think that to honor the plant, we'll try to use all of it.
So one of the things that we're going to be trying out is the inside of the sunflower stalk. It is that pithy white substance that you can dehydrate and turn into a flour and, you know, make some bread or some baked goods with it.
See that? It looks like it's starting to rot. I may be too late for some of these. I mean, with the stalks anyway. See, I don't think we want that. Okay. Found some good ones. Let's go see how easy it is to extract this pith out of here. I thought this was good, but I'm not sure now. I'm gonna crack it open and see. Okay. So it looks like some of it will be usable. You see how the inside? I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on it to see if that is rot or if it's just the sugars. I'm not sure. I gotta do some more research. Okay, so according to this, it's bacterial stem rot. So we won't be using those. It's not as easy as people make it out, that's for sure. See there? We'll use this one. Let's see. We should cut it on the sides. See how easy this is going to be to get out. Wonder what it tastes like. Very, very styrofoamy. Spider! Okay, so now we're gonna do a taste test. We're gonna cook up some of these bad boys. And I took some smaller ones. These are like, they're not as mature as these older ones here. I'm gonna do 3 small ones, and then we'll do a great big mammoth head to see if there's actually any type of texture or taste difference there. And I'll show you which one we're gonna do. We'll do this one here. This great big one. Fun fact, did you know that the pattern sequence of the inside of the sunflower is the Fibonacci sequence? I thought that was pretty interesting. So we got 1 big one and 3 little ones. Look at the inside of this, the head of the sunflower. It's all spongy. I'm thinking we can use this for the flour too. It smells just like the pith, and it feels just like the pith from the stalk. I wonder if we can use this too. It smells so good. It smells really good. I'm wondering if the inside, this is where the seeds are, right here. And this smells so good. I wonder if I can make the flour out of this too. I don't see why not. If it's edible, I wonder, I mean, it's kind of the same texture. Let's taste it and see what it tastes like. This is like this is the inside of the flour head. Now that is actually quite pleasant. It tastes like the sunflower. It's kind of sweet. It's really good. I'm gonna look it up and see if I can use this as the flour, if this will turn into the flour consistency.
So I ended up having Matthew come out and help me with these sunflowers, cutting them down, because there was no way that I was gonna be able to chop down all these sunflowers all by myself. We have a lot. I would say probably over 150 or more sunflowers. So he got out his chainsaw and decided to help me. He didn't like how I was cutting them down anyway. He said I wasn't doing them very efficient. So that just gave him a chance to come out and play with his toy. Woo-wee! That's a lot of sunflowers. Okay, so let's get on with this taste testing. So we are gonna grill up some of these sunflower heads. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is, after I get all the disc flowers off and the debris, I'm going to give them a good scrub, and I'm gonna soak them in some water for probably about 10 minutes with a little bit of salt and vinegar, so that way we can get all the buggies off, because I really don't feel like chewing on any bugs. So all I'm doing here is just putting some of my homemade garlic pesto on some of the sunflowers, and then on the other ones I'm just using like a garlic butter with herbs in it, and I'm just going to be putting some salt and pepper on it too. Now I think that if I'm to do this again, I would actually probably let the seasonings and stuff sit, or maybe just let it soak in some type of a saltwater brine for a little while before grilling it, and I think it would have came out a little bit better. I think the texture would have been a little bit better, but definitely need to make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies to flavor up these bad boys. So after that, I just put them on the grill face down for probably about 15-20 minutes. Not on, it's basically on medium heat, I think I had it on. And I just kept checking it to make sure that it didn't burn, flipping it up and checking it to make sure there wasn't like a lot of char on there. But these were kind of difficult to cook, except for like in the middle. I don't know, there's got to be a way to maybe flatten these out a little bit more so that you can get the entire surface. So after I brought it in the house, I mixed up some more butter and some more garlic and just spreaded it all over the tops. And then after that, I sprinkled a little bit of Parmesan cheese in hopes that it was going to give it some good flavor.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a taste test.
So, strange texture. And if you're a texture person, probably not for you.
Why?
It's got a weird, like, gelatinous toughness to it, almost.
What, you mean this part?
No, just the seeds.
The seeds?
Yeah, like there's like a jelly toughness to them. It's weird. It's hard to describe.
It's not bad.
I'm not a fan. Like the seeds itself taste floral.
It's a sunflower.
I know, but you don't get the floral taste from sunflower seeds. Or at least I don't. I'm a texture person. It's hard for me.
I like them.
It's gonna be a no for me.
I would eat it again. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of.
In tough times, I might. In tough times, I might. Like, I can pick them off and eat them.
But you can't, like, eat it off the thing?
No.
Because of the texture of the bottom?
Yeah.
Because the bottom's soggy?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's like a chewy mixed with.
Yeah.
It's like a chewy mixed with a toughness. That's strange for me.
This part here, because you can eat the whole.
You will not catch me taking a bite of that bottom.
No?
Yeah, no. You see what I mean? No.
It's kind of gelatinous down there.
If you're a texture person, it's definitely not for you. Maybe the seeds.
I don't know. I mean, people say that it tastes like an artichoke, but I've never tried an artichoke before, so I'm not sure.
I've never had an artichoke either.
Yeah. Kind of like gooiness on the bottom. That's what he's saying that he can't do. Let me see if I can show him. That turns to like a gelatin substance when you cook it. Well, obviously, I don't think that they're horrible because I'm sitting here still eating them.
Otherwise, like, go to like something like asparagus.
Yeah. Kind of like the tops of the asparagus is type texture.
So let's do the sunflower now. Now I just put the inside of the stalks inside of the dehydrator, and I let it go for about 12 hours, and when it came out you couldn't smush it anymore or anything. It was about as hard as a rock. So I put it inside of my coffee grinder and I ground it up into a really fine powder. This did take a little while, but I got it to a pretty fine powder, and all I did after that was I sifted it through one of these little sifters to get it nice and fluffy. Okay, I only did like a cup of the sunflower flour just to make something with it because I didn't know if I was going to like it. So I decided on making some peanut butter sunflower cookies. And oh my goodness, spoiler alert here, these were amazing. I don't know if it was because I used homemade peanut butter or if it was the flour, but these, I ate majority of these. These were so good. If anybody's interested in the recipe that I used, I will leave it in the description box below. I will actually be using this recipe with the rest of my sunflower stock flour because this was delicious.
Okay, let's try this. It's got like a flaky, fluffiness to it. Because the sunflower was so light and airy, I gave it these like light and airy texture. Really good. These will be gone today.
So one of the things that I've learned is sunflower petals have many potent health benefits. Used as a herbal tea, it has a bitter, strong flavor, but it reduces the inflammation, like in your throat and your windpipes and tonsils. It can prevent potential damage from prolonged high blood sugar levels and lower harmful levels of cholesterol. So it protects against cardiovascular disease. How awesome is that? So sunflower petals can be used as a food ingredient in your salads and your soups, as a garnish for cakes and cookies, to add to color and flavor to recipes. Moreover, dried sunflower petals are a great ingredient for herbal tea blending. Sunflower petals were used as an herbal teas in the Iranian and Chinese ancient medicine to heal wounds, accelerate childbirth, lower blood pressure, and strengthen the stomach. Tendency towards traditional medicine has increased all around the world. Along with this tendency, consumption of herbal teas is prevalent in many countries. One of these herbal teas that recently became prevalent in Iran is sunflower petal herbal tea, so much that according to local farmer reports, many people refer to farmers to buy sunflower petals.
Kind of tastes like chamomile. It's not bad. Goes great with some peanut butter sunflower cookies.
So I hear that one of the best ways to enjoy the nutrition of a sunflower is by eating its sprouts. Sunflower sprouts boast a surprising 25% protein. They are also rich in stress-busting vitamin B and hormone-balancing zinc. Their sweet taste and hearty texture make a great addition to any salad. The sunflower sprout is a natural expectorant for chest congestion as well. In Ayurvedic medicine, these sprouts are thought to have the ability to encourage clearance of the lungs. Sunflower seed sprouts contain a balanced supply of amino acids and are rich in vitamins A, D, E, and the B complex, including folate. So that's why I'm growing them. Let's try this. Be good on a sandwich or salad. Now on to the sunflower butter. Now, I don't think that I've ever had raw sunflower butter before, so I didn't really know how to make it, but I tasted some of the sunflower seeds, and all sunflower seeds do not taste the same. Some have like a bitter taste to them, and some have a sweet taste to them. It all just depends on what type of sunflower it is. Now, this shelling out the sunflower seeds to make the butter was probably the most tedious task I have ever done. This actually took us 3 days to achieve 1 cup of sunflowers. Yeah, I won't be doing this again unless I can find a faster way to shell sunflower seeds. How do you feel about this
Slave labor at its finest.
So after getting a cup of the sunflowers finally, we roasted them in the oven for about 10 minutes, carefully not to burn them because these were some very precious sunflower seeds. So next we put them in the blender and started grinding them up, but this didn't go as well as I thought that it was going to go. I ended up having to add a little bit of water to this to get it, actually breaking down into a butter type consistency, and this is the end result. I did add some honey to this to sweeten it up a little bit, but I was actually very disappointed in how this actually tasted. It didn't taste like sun butter to me. I don't know if I did something wrong. I mean, it wasn't horrible, it didn't taste horrible. It just didn't taste like sun butter to me. Okay, so we can't forget about making some roasted sunflower seeds. So what I did is I soaked my sunflower seeds for about 2 hours at room temperature, and next I just drained the seeds thoroughly and rinsed them really good, because you want to get rid of that phytic acid. You want to do this because phytic acid impairs the body's absorption of iron, zinc, and calcium. Okay, so the only thing that I did with these is I just put them in a bowl, and I used my favorite barbecue sauce mixed in with some honey, and I just put it on a sheet pan lined with parchment paper, spread it all out all nice and even, and then put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. And these actually tasted surprisingly very good, but I don't think that I would make them like this again because they were very sticky. Now it is time to grind up all of our sunflower stalks, because we have found a use for these stalks other than making flour. We're gonna grind them up and use them as a mulch on our potato beds. Sunflower stalks take a little while to break down, just like kind of like wood chips do, but that's okay because we're not planning on using our potato bed next year, so that'll give it a lot of time to break down because we are trying to build up the soil back there. We're also hoping to get like a shipment from Chip Drop to put back there on our potato bed as well, just to add some nutrients. With the soil back there needs to be amended heavily. The stems, leaves, and pollen of these flowers are said to contain phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These nutrients can go a long way, especially when your soil has become depleted like ours. So what we're doing is we're just going and putting them on top of the rows where the potatoes were previously, because obviously we don't have enough to do the whole area back here where the potatoes are. It's a very large area. So we did get probably maybe half of the potato rows done, because hopefully we get more mulch soon to finish doing all of the rows. And we're just gonna once we do get enough of mulching and compost and stuff like that to put back here, we're just going to let it set for probably a year or two so that all that stuff can break down and add, the necessary nutrients inside of the soil. And last but not least, we gave the rest of our sunflower heads to our chickens as a very nutritious treat for them. So there you have it. I think we made good use of all of our sunflowers this year. Thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to come hang out with us. Have a blessed day.